What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we are doing something which runs alongside the run-up to Euro 2024. Obviously, I have already done a Euro 2024 predictions video. I'll put a link to that at the top of the screen there. That video has done very, very well. It's the most highest viewed video on my channel. It's currently on something like 2,100 and something views, which is insane. And I'm also 4 subscribers away from reaching my goal of 100 subscribers, so please click the subscribe button. If you become the 100th subscriber, you may be shouted out in a future video. And as me and my podcast co-host, we have been thinking, and we are going to try and arrange to plan to do a podcast somewhere around August time. So look out for that as well. It will probably be a podcast around our reaction to the Euros and just a catch up and things like that, as we haven't done a podcast for about 4 months or so. So it would just be a good catch up. Anyway, the video today is my personal England squad to take to Euro 2024. Obviously, these are all my personal views. If you have other opinions on who you think should go to the Euros that I haven't included, please put it in the comments down below. I'd be interested to see who you want to take to the Euros. Obviously, I have done this based on the 26-man squad that is compulsory for the teams and for the England squad to take to the Euros. And this is not who I think Gareth Southgate will pick. This is who I think Gareth Southgate should pick. And yes, there may be a few controversial players in here, players that you maybe didn't expect me to put in. But as I said, put your opinions in the comments down below and let me know who you would rather have, or if you agree with me on certain things. And before I continue, please like and subscribe, as said before, as it really does help support the channel. Anyway, let's begin. So I have separated the squad into sections of goalkeepers, defenders, midfielders and forwards. And we will start off with the goalkeepers. It probably won't come as a surprise due to his international tournament experience, that the first goalkeeper to go onto the plane to the Euros for me is, of course, Jordan Pickford. He's had a great season for Everton. I mean, he was second in line to get the Golden Glove, so that just shows how good of a season he had for Everton, even though they were very, very close to the bottom of the league. But then that couldn't be helped either due to the the points deductions, excuse me. The two other ones, this player had huge success for England under 21s. They won the tournament with that team, and that is, of course, Burnley's James Trafford. I don't think he should be at Burnley next season. I think he should be picked up by a better team. Aaron Ramsdale is rumoured to be potentially leaving Arsenal to Newcastle potentially for next season. So maybe Arsenal should pick up James Trafford as a potential sub goalkeeper for Arsenal. And my second pick is a little bit of a mixed matchy one, but I've gone for Nick Pope just because of he's a very good goalkeeper. He's a very good player, but he also has the height advantage. Jordan Pickford, of course, is around 5'10", 5'11". Nick Pope is 6'4", so there's a better height difference. So if we come up against teams that maybe have a taller striker that may have the aerial advantage ahead of Pickford, that might give us an advantage in a few of those games. So the defenders next. I've separated it right backs, centre backs and left backs. I've got 2 right backs. One of them is Kyle Walker, who I think is always good. He's a very, very quick defender and has always been good for England. But then the second pick is a little bit different. But it's because, in my opinion, and a bit of maybe a controversial opinion, he is one of the best right backs in the Premier League, and in terms of one-on-ones, he's one of the best right backs in the Prem, and that is Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He obviously is English, so he would get into the squad, and I think in terms of that stat, one of the best defenders on one-to-ones in the Premier League. I just think that it will be a good addition to the squad and maybe help us against more difficult opponents like France, Spain, etc. I've picked out 5 centre backs. You've got Harry Maguire, who doesn't play well for Manchester United, but he's always been solid for England. I've got Guehi from Crystal Palace. I've got Tarkowski from Everton, Quansah from Liverpool, and John Stones from Manchester City. These are all solid defenders. I may have left a few key ones out, but those are, I think, the centre backs that should go. Quansah obviously has done very well for Liverpool this season. He's only 21 as well, so has a lot of potential for him, and I think a massive international tournament could do him with a good bit of experience in those tournaments as well. John Stones, always a solid centre back for us. Tarkowski, I don't think he's played for England much, but he's been a solid centre back for Everton. And yes, a few of you might be saying, oh, but where's Jared Branthwaite? Jared Branthwaite is also a good centre back, but not in my picks. The left backs, I've picked out 3. I've got Luke Shaw, who is just a good person for us. I mean, he scored the goal against Italy in the Euro final. And then obviously look what happened, but he scored a good goal in that final. I got Tyrese Mitchell from Crystal Palace. Again, a lot of Palace players in this squad. And the other one I've gone for is Rico Lewis, because he always does well at Manchester City. I think he was in the England under-21s team, but he always seems to perform well. The midfielders. So the midfielders, there are a lot of similar players who have been rumoured to be getting into the England squad already. Obviously, no question, Jude Bellingham should be in there. He's a top player. He was the top scorer for Real Madrid last season. I mean, and as a midfielder, top scorer for your team, bearing in mind there's other players like Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, people like that in your team. Top scorer as a midfielder is insane. I've gone for Kobbie Mainoo, as he was a brilliant player for Manchester United. I've gone with Declan Rice as, in my opinion, another controversial statement. I think Declan Rice was one of the best players for Arsenal last season. But make of that what you will. The last 2 though are a little bit different. I've gone with Harvey Elliott. Because Harvey Elliott is a very good player for Liverpool. I think he's only 21 years old as well, so another big potential. And I've only got this player in just because of how good he is at set pieces, and I'm a little bit biased. But I do think James Ward-Prowse should be in the England team, just because, and this is another controversial statement, I think he's better at free kicks than David Beckham. Maybe not in terms of technique, but in terms of how many times he scores. Like, Beckham will probably score 7 free kicks out of 10. James Ward-Prowse usually scores 9 out of his 10 free kicks. They're usually 100% accurate. So I think to have the set piece advantage, I'd have James Ward-Prowse in our team. And then to the forwards, pretty standard again. I've gone with Phil Foden and Cole Palmer, as Cole Palmer was the top scorer for Chelsea. Foden won, I think it was Young Player of the Season, with 26 goals for Manchester City, which is insane. I've got Harry Kane as our main striker, and then Dominic Solanke as the second striker. Ivan Toney was rumoured in the provisional squad, but I think Dominic Solanke is just a better player, bearing in mind Toney was missed out for most of the season due to the 6-month ban for gambling, etc. The other 2 though are a little bit different again. Eze, Eberechi Eze, is just a brilliant player. But then this player I witnessed him a little bit, and due to his performance at Bayer Leverkusen, I think he's on loan from Southampton at the minute, or Burnley, I can't remember. But Nathan Tella, he's English. He's also 19 years old, so he's very young. But I also think he's a very good player, and I do think he should be in the England squad also. But yeah, that is my team that I want to see for us at the Euros. Again, let me know in the comments down below who you think should be in the England team, and I'd be very interested to see what your picks are. Also, let me know as well which country you're from and who you're supporting for the Euros as well. And I will see you all guys in the next video. Bye bye.